In the previous video, I started a two-part series on a point of view in writing, and we looked at first-person point of view. In this video, we'll be looking at second-person POV. Writing in second-person POV is an immersive style of writing as it pulls your readers right into the story, placing them as the main character of the novel, the one being observed, so the novel seems to be describing the reader's every action, thought, and feelings. For this point of view, the most used pronoun is you. The main character is referred to as you and occasionally named when a third-party character is interacting with them. In second-person POV, the narrator is observing the main character and telling the story to the readers. The story is written as though the narrator is telling it to the subject of the story. In this type of storytelling, the two most prominent characters is the narrator and the character whose story he or she is narrating. This style of writing is not as common in contemporary fiction writing, but it's not without examples. There are less novels written in this style in comparison to first-person point of view and third-person point of view. Some writers refer to it as the forgotten POV. In order to maintain this style of writing, you must write like the one who is reading is the one whose story you're narrating, constantly using the pronouns you, your, yours, yourself. The most well-known piece of fiction that employs second-person narration might be J. McInerney's novel, Bright Lights, Big City. At the subway station, you wait 15 minutes on the platform for a train. Finally, a local, innovated by graffiti, shuffles into the station. You get a seat and hoist a copy of the New York Post. The Post is the most shameful of your several addictions. J. McInerney, Bright Lights, Big City, 1984. You will also find second-person narration used in the choose-your-own-adventure style of books, popular with younger readers, in which readers determine where the story goes by which page they turn to next. Allowing the reader to be the central character in the story provides an immersive reading experience, enhancing what is at stake for the character and the reader. 4 reasons to write in second-person point of view. Writing in second-person point of view has its challenges, mainly asking the reader to suspend belief to the point where they imagine themselves to be part of the story. However, there are also advantages to using second-person point of view. Second-person point of view can 1. Present an uncommon point of view. Second person is rare in literary fiction. Most novels are written in one of two styles. First person, which also involves a narrator who tells their story, I ran toward the gate, or the third person, which is the author telling a story about a character. He woke up that morning. One of the first popular novels to successfully use the second person was J. McInerney's Bright Lights, Big City, which put the reader in the center of a fast-paced party lifestyle in New York. 2. Create excitement. Second person takes the reader and puts them in the middle of the action. In the Choose Your Own Adventure books, a popular children's series, the reader is in the driver's seat, instructed to make decisions that direct the plot. 3. Provide an opportunity to reflect. Writing in second person provides authors with the opportunity to reflect. Always, a writer pushed the limits of storytelling. Margaret Atwood has used second person in several short stories like Bread. By using you, Atwood forces the reader to examine societal inequalities. 4. Adding humor. Approaching the story with a unique perspective like a second person point of view can help add levity. In Lori Moore's short story, How to Become a Writer, she uses a second-person narrative voice to try to convince the reader to become an astronaut or a movie star, anything other than a writer. 5 tips for writing in second person. Follow these tips if you've settled on writing in the you. Number 1. Study those who went before you. While stories told in the second person are less common than first and third person point of view, there are plenty of novels and short stories that can show you how it's done. Other works worth investigating are Tom Robbins' Half Asleep in Frog Pajamas and Italo Calvino's If on a Winter's Night, a Traveler. Number 2. Imitate the masters. Take a well-known book written in the first person or third person and try writing a page from a second person point of view. Dan Brown wrote his Robert Langdon series, Angel and Demons, The Da Vinci Code, Inferno, and Origin in the closed third person. Pick an action-packed page and rewrite it as if the reader was Robert Langdon. Number 3. Stay conscious of the narrative voice. Second-person point of view can be difficult to articulate, and it's easy to slip into writing from your perspective. Be vigilant about always thinking of who the character is and remove yourself from the equation. Number 4. Be descriptive. People are used to making observations when reading a book. If you put the responsibility of the character or protagonist on the reader, it's your job to make it credible. Bring them into the world by elaborating on details, appeal to their senses and emotions with vivid details to describe the setting, other characters, and events. Stay present. To ramp up the tension, use the present tense. It brings the reader in even closer and adds to the pacing of the plot. Using present tense and active verbs make it feel like it's happening in real time. Read The Diver's Clothes, L'Amtie by Vendela Vida, a second-person present tense story chronicling a woman's journey through Morocco. You can grab a copy of my published novel, A Billionaire's Guide to Betting the Enemy, for free by clicking on the link below. Watch out for my next book, The Billionaire's Redemption, that will be released this month of November. If you found this video helpful, leave a comment. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and be sure to turn on post notifications so you're the first to know when there's a new video. Be sure to catch up on previous videos too. Happy writing!